um, Hello there. It's been a while. I'd like to welcome back all of my loyal subscribers to the newest installment of Birding But Cool. This one's going to be a little bit different though. Today, I'm going to tell a story, one that started a long time ago, all the way back in December 2020. As winters here in Alberta are, it was cold, dark, and sad, and I'd had a hard time finding the motivation to get out birding. So I made a proclamation to myself. In 2021, I would start year listing. To the non-birders watching the video, listing is a slang term used by birders to denote the meticulous tracking of a list of bird species observed in a single area and or time frame. To some of the birders watching, you're probably thinking, "Oh great, another clown who only cares about the big number and not the bird." And while I think that discussion is probably best for another video, I'll just say that this was an attempt at finding a good reason to get out and do what I enjoy doing frequently. And, spoiler alert, it worked. I probably went birding this year more than any other year in my life. But that's not the point. I had to get myself in gear, and to do that, I had to set a goal, get a target number that I wanted to hit. I figured bounding my number within the province of Alberta would make the most sense, given the pandemic restrictions at the time, so I headed on over to the trusty old eBird Top 100 to see what people get in a year. Oh wow, 300. Well, that's a nice round number, and only 9 people got it last year. So I'd say that's doable, but it's also not a walk in the park. There it is, 300. With that, I was off. As always happens with a new year, I quickly racked up all the common winter birds in the first month of the year, and in February and March things slowed down just a little bit. By branching out to different parts of the province, though, I still did pick up some good birds. In April, disaster briefly struck as I was tasked with preparing for my candidacy exam for my PhD, which you can still see in the graph as a little flat line for the first half of the month. But after that, a spike of birds flourished. May was just as May is anywhere in North America, absolutely wonderful, netting me 100 New Year birds in that month alone. I was sitting at 250 at the end of the month, and by picking up some specialist breeders in June, I'd pushed to nearly 290 for the whole year. Surely 300 would be no problem by now, right?
Well, it's not that simple. Year listing in Alberta is unique. It's quite easy to get pretty much everything early on due to most of the birds you're looking for being reliable breeders. So if you think I'm just going to smash through 300 in July or something like that, I've got some bad news for you. Let's hit play on that little graph again. Oh no, that wasn't supposed to happen. Look at all these intervals where I went weeks without seeing a single year bird. Fall days at Whitford Lake didn't even make much of a dent. On October 13th, I saw my 299th bird of the year, and then proceeded to spend an entire month sitting on that number. When a yellow-billed loon, a bird I hadn't seen in Alberta in 2021, was reported in Calgary one Saturday afternoon in November, I knew I had to get down there the first thing in the morning to see it. This was going to be my 300th bird. Well. There was no yellow-billed loon. Wonderful, wonderful. Happens all the time. I'd made the long drive and didn't have anything to show for it. I did get a long-tailed duck for my troubles, to be fair, but I was still disappointed. I had to decide, though, that having made it all the way down to Calgary, I should still see if there's anything else I can get while being there. This is a map of every eBird checklist I had submitted in 2021 in Alberta up to this point. As you can see, I put a lot of time and effort, and probably too much gas, into birding, and had some great memories. I'd explored all of Alberta's beautiful biomes, so it's only fitting that the quest for my 300th bird ended at a pond next to a garbage dump? Here I was, on the cusp of a milestone I'd been chasing all year. Birding sure does take you to some weird places. A report of a juvenile Iceland gull had popped up earlier in the week at this very pond, so I decided to check it out. I was initially met with concern as every gull I could see was a bright white adult, not a brown juvenile. But I figured I would have to comb through the flock and see if I could find any. White, 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 white. All adults. Oh, there's a herring gull. Juvenile. That's not what we want. All adults. Oh, wait. I think I see it. There you are. Right in the middle there. There it is. After all this time, my hard work had culminated to this tiny little gull sitting on a mudflat next to a bunch of other gulls. Look how excited I was in the moment.
There it is, number 300. Nice comparison with the herrings, very dark around the eye as well. Nice petite head and bill, significantly smaller than the herrings nearby. Bit of pale tips to the primaries that you can't see at the moment.
Yeah, it was a bit windy out. I was a bit cold, sniffly, not gonna lie, but it all counts the same. I was very excited to have checked off my goal, and we weren't done yet for the day either. It wouldn't be our last Iceland goal of the morning. Our next and final stop of the day would be at the Simmons Valley Stormwater Pond, one of Calgary's best gulling spots. Definitely would recommend if you're ever in town. The first bird I laid my eyes on there was this beautiful adult Thayer's Iceland gull. And it's not often that you get a slam dunk like this. Even when you do, they're still sometimes tough. It was nice to have this other herring gull walk right into the frame, and I'm going to use this as a teaching moment. Freeze it right here. We're going to look at what these two birds have different, okay? The herring gull is much bigger, with a bigger head, a bigger bill, and note the dark eye on the Thayer's gull as well. That's going to be a big field mark. A lot of Thayer's gulls have this dark eye, and most herrings do not. Anyway, back to just watching these birds do their things. This Thayer's gull, I'm telling you what, I was absolutely in love with this bird. So cute and so relatively easy to ID for a gull. And it was, despite not being the first Iceland gull I saw this year, it felt like a really nice 300 experience. I mean, this thing was just wonderful.
Oh yeah. It is having a drink.
So that's the story of how I got to 300 birds in Alberta in 1 year. It was a lot of fun, and I'll tell you what, I'm tired now. Next year, I don't think I'm going to try to do this again. I'll maybe work on my life list for the province a little bit more, but I want to try and get some more cool videos out. I think that's going to be my priority for 2022. Anyway, I just want to thank everybody for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed, even if it was a bit self-indulgent. If you liked it, feel free to leave a like, comment, and make sure to subscribe as well, because I promise, I mean it when I say it this time, I've actually got a lot more stuff coming through. Anyway, if you enjoyed, thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, you're still here? Yeah, that's right. I've got bonus content. Right after getting the 300th bird and starting the idea for this video, my 301st bird showed up. A pine warbler, like the 6th or 7th ever to show up in the province in Alberta. Look at this little guy go. Anyway, I just had to share. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a wonderful day.